In this short video, I'm going to show you how to use a pretty cool platform that allows you to actually code music. When you think about music in a general sense, if you think about like choruses and lyrics and things like that, a lot of the same concepts apply from computer science to music. So for an example would be a chorus, which repeats over and over again in a song, is similar to a loop, which is something that is pretty common in coding. So what I want to show you to do is how to actually create music via code. So the first thing you're going to do is navigate to Google like this right here. In the search bar, type in Earsketch and hit enter. That's going to take you to a page that looks like this one right here. All right. And the platform we're going to be using is called Earsketch, and it's put on by, if you look at the URL, it's put on by Georgia Tech. We're not going to create accounts. We're not going to log in or do anything like that. We don't have a need to do that. But let me show you how to get started. So once you come to this page, you're going to go up here in the top right-hand corner and click on Start Coding. Once that page loads, it's going to take you to something that looks like this right here. Now, the thing that shows up in the middle is the wizard. You're going to want to keep that there because it's going to show you some of the components and how to actually use Earsketch, because when you first look at it, it looks kind of confusing, but I promise you it's not. So this is going to load. The Earsketch, the welcome pops up, the little wizard. So what I'm going to do is there's two different languages. There's Python and JavaScript. I always just keep it in Python. And then I hit start. And what it's going to do is it's going to show me that down here, this is my code editor. And you can see it looks kind of funky right now, right? But believe it or not, this actually plays a sound. Now, what I'm going to do is click next after I've learned where the code editor. This is where you're going to modify your code and add your sounds. Then I click next. If I want to run my code, normally this doesn't look anything like a sound editor. But when I hit run my code, what it's going to do is up here on the top, it's going to compile my code. And you'll notice that it looks something very similar to probably many of the video editing or audio editing platforms you may have used, right? So once I've run my code, it puts everything up there. If I click next, this is my music, right? And if I want to listen to it, if I hit next, it's going to show me I can hit the play button, which is right up here in the top right-hand corner. And I'm not going to do that. But I want to show you how you can actually explore your code and add more sounds. That's what this part over here on the content manager is, over on the left-hand side. So if I click next here, it's going to pop that window open. And the first thing across the top is the sounds. As you can see, there are roughly 5,000, almost 5,000 different sounds in here. And they're done by some pretty famous artists. You can see Khalid, Alicia Keys, Pharrell, a number of different people, right? So if you want to listen to a sound that is one of these things, you can also sort your sounds. I think that's kind of important. If you want to stick to specific genres, you can click right here and you can click hip hop, and that will sort what sounds you have available to you. You can also sort by instruments right here. So when you're building your song, think about you want to have a bass line, a track down, and then you want to build on top of that with some drums or maybe some vocals or things like that. You can build it that particular way right here, okay? So that's how you add your sounds. The next thing is the scripts. Scripts are kind of like your previously existing texts. You can see right here, this one says quicktour.py, and you can see that's right here. If I wanted to add my trash one, if I click on this, you can see I've added my trash one, all right, which is just a play one that I have. So that's your various scripts. So if for some reason something goes away, it'll most likely be right over here, so you won't lose any of your work. The one thing I will say is, though, I have not tried it if I've cleared my cache and my browsing history. I would imagine that might take those away. But I can show you how to save these in another way if need be. So that's where your scripts are, your saved code. And the other thing I'll show you, the curriculum, you guys don't need to know about, so we'll click next. And now we're done with the close the tour. There is one thing I did want to show you, though. For those of you that are a little bit more advanced and you understand coding a little bit better, there's the APIs, which are right over here. And we're going to use the Fit Media API, and I'll show you how to use it. But there's a number of different ones that are very, very involved that I'm not sure how to use. But if you're a music or computer guy, you might be able to figure them out. So let me show you how to actually add some sounds, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up a new tab, and I'll name it something Trash 2, because I have so many of those, and I hit create. And now I have my thing right here, right? So I have my description. I can add that in if I want. I don't change any of this text up here. Don't get rid of the set tempo. But if I'd like to add a sound, what I'm going to do is just type in fit, and it automatically pops up and gives me Fit Media. Please note that if you do type it in, the M has to be capitalized. So what it's asking now is that what sound would you like to insert in here? So let's say, for example, I come over here and I hit this play button, and you guys probably aren't able to hear it, but there's a piano playing right now. I'll hit this one. All right, I like that one a little better. So if I'd like to add this sound right here into my song, what I do is I make sure that sound is highlighted. You can kind of see it's a slightly different color gray. And then I'm just going to click on this little blue button right here, which is Paste to Editor. And you can see the AK Underdog piano, which is the number one, which is the one that I wanted, pasted in right there. So the next thing I have to do is say, what track do I want this on, right? So I want this on, because this is my first sound, I'm going to put it on track 1. When would I like it to start? I'm going to have it start at measure 1 and end at measure 5. Now, I make sure my mouse pointer is outside the brackets. I'm going to hit run, and it's going to compile my code. And you'll see that I have one track, track 1, which is right here. It starts at measure 1, and ends at measure 5, right? If I wanted to listen to what I have, I would hit the play button right here. But I want to add another sound or two before I listen to something. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to hit return. I'm going to type fit media again. And now that was a piano. So let's go with some bass. I need to add some bass in there. And I'm going to click on play right here. All right, I like that sound. So I'm going to paste the sound in, fit media. Now I need to figure out what track it would go on. We've already have something on track 1. You can reuse tracks, but at the start of it, I wouldn't necessarily recommend that. So I'm going to click track 2. I'd like this to start at, we'll say, measure 1.5 and end at measure 5. I click off of it. Now I hit run. It'll compile my code again. And I have my sounds. I have my piano sound right here. And then at the 1.5 measure mark right here, it starts playing. So if I hit rewind and then play, you guys probably aren't able to hear it because you can't hear my system sounds, but it's actually playing some music. So that's how you go about building your song. Now, if you look at the quick tour script, if I can click on that and get it to show up, I don't know, there we go. You can see there's a number of different effects. So we're just primarily using the fit media command, which is right here. But you can see there's also set effects right here and fills. So fill A, fill B, and then make beat commands. I haven't used those very much, but if you're more familiar with music or coding, you might have some more success with it. So I hope you enjoy creating a song in Earsketch. If you have any questions, please be sure to ask your teacher.